What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Kenzo for Life here, and today we're going to be talking about from anxiety to calm, how games change your brain. You know that constant static of anxiety in the back of your mind? That feeling of being completely overwhelmed by a never-ending to-do list, or just the weight of the world? I have definitely been there. For years, I struggled with that low-grade hum of stress that wouldn't switch off. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful tools for finding calm wasn't some new wellness trend, but was probably already in your living room or even in your hands right now? In this video, we're going to explore the surprising science of how certain video games can actually help your brain find peace. We'll look at what the research says, and I'll share some of the games that have personally helped me go from feeling anxious to feeling calm. For most of us, anxiety isn't a big dramatic moment. It's more like a quiet thief. It steals your focus, drains your energy, and makes tiny problems feel like giant mountains. It's that little voice in your head that acts like a DJ playing the What If song on a permanent loop. And in our world of constant notifications and pressure to always be on, finding a real moment of peace feels almost impossible. We're told to disconnect, to practice mindfulness, or go for a walk. And those things are amazing. But what about the tools we already use for fun? For a long time, video games got a bad rap, seen as a childish distraction or a harmful addiction. But the tide of scientific research is turning, revealing that the right kind of gaming can be a real effective and easy way to manage stress and anxiety. The trick is knowing how it works and which games to play. So today we're going to build your very own anti-anxiety gaming toolkit. So what's really going on in your brain when you play a game? It's so much more than killing time. When you're completely absorbed, you can enter a state psychologists call flow. It's that magic feeling you get when you're so focused that the world just melts away. Like a driver on a long, clear highway where you, the car, and the road feel like one single thing. This isn't just a feeling, it's a real neurological event. It's like someone has handed you a remote control for your brain's own personal worry channel, and you can finally turn the volume down on your inner critic. At the same time, your brain's reward system gets a gentle push. When you solve a puzzle or clear a level, your brain releases dopamine. Think of it like a trail of breadcrumbs. Each small success leaves a little reward that encourages your brain to keep moving forward, leading it away from the circular path of an anxious mind. This process gives you a chance to step away from real-world stress. Unlike passively scrolling through social media, which can be like window shopping for happiness and often makes you feel worse, gaming asks you to actively participate. It gives your anxious mind a specific job to do, like giving a restless puppy a chew toy, providing a world to manage and problems to solve. This can restore a powerful sense of control that's often the first thing anxiety takes away. Of course, the type of game you play really matters. A high-stakes competitive shooter might be a blast, but it's probably not going to be a soothing balm for your nervous system. The secret is picking the right tool for the job. First up, let's talk about casual games. Think of titles like Flower, Unpacking, or the classic Tetris. These games are built on simple controls and satisfying repetitive actions. An anxious brain is like a ship trying to navigate through a thick fog. These games act like a lighthouse, offering a predictable, calming rhythm to follow. In a game like Unpacking, where you simply organize items in a new home, there's no winning or losing. There's just the soothing process of creating order out of chaos. That predictability is a safe harbor for a brain that's tired of trying to manage an unpredictable world. Next, there are open world games. Titles like The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild or Stardew Valley are essential, a vacation home for your mind. They offer huge, beautiful worlds you can explore at your own pace. Researchers call this cognitive escapism, but you can just think of it as having the freedom to wander and explore without a deadline. In Stardew Valley, the gentle rhythm of planting seeds and tending to your farm is like a rocking chair for the soul, creating a deep sense of peace. You are in control. You set the goals. This feeling of mastery is a direct mood booster for a great defense against real world stress. Finally, we have to talk about tabletop and role-playing games. Games like Dungeons and Dragons offer some incredible mental health benefits, especially for social anxiety. Think of them as a social flight simulator. They provide a safe, structured space to practice teamwork, communication, and assertiveness. You can try new things and interact with others, and if you crash, it's with imaginary consequences. You might be fighting a dragon with friends, but you're also learning how to work as a team and solve problems in a fun, supportive setting. The stakes are imaginary, but the skills you build are very real. So, what about other genres? The world of gaming is massive. There's a whole category of therapeutic or serious games which are designed specifically as mental health tools. They can be effective, but for a broad condition like anxiety. The results can be mixed. It's like having a key that was custom made for one specific lock. If the design isn't a perfect match for your brain, it might not work as well as a simpler tool. And what about action games? The science here is fascinating. For some, the intense focus is a great release. For others, it can feel like it's putting you on high alert. But here's the paradox. One study found that even when players reported feeling more stressed during a violent game, their actual physical stress markers like heart rate and cortisol went down. Think of it like a good workout. Your mind is focused on the effort and intensity, but underneath it all, your body is actually flushing out stress hormones. The game's action serves as a lightning rod for your attention, while your body gets a much needed pressure release. This is really just scratching the surface of how powerful a tool gaming can be. We've seen how the right games can do more than just pass the time. They can actively help us care for our minds. But everyone is different, and what works for me might not be what works for you. That's why I want to build a resource together, right here in our community. So, my question to you is, what games have helped you relax or cope with anxiety? Share your recommendations and your stories in the comments below. Let's build a library of calming games for anyone who might need it. For years, many of us were told that gaming is an unproductive habit, maybe even something to feel a little guilty about. But that perspective is changing. When we use them with intention, video games become an incredibly powerful and accessible part of our mental health toolkit. They offer a unique mix of flow, a healthy escape, and a sense of accomplishment that can soothe an anxious mind. Whether it's the simple satisfaction of a puzzle game, the endless exploration of an open world, or the shared stories of a role-playing game, there is a game out there that can help you shift your brain from a state of anxiety to a state of calm. So, the next time you feel that stress creeping in, don't feel bad about picking up a controller. You're not just playing. You're taking an active step to care for your brain. You're finding your own way to peace, one quest at a time. Thank you all for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. The outpouring of support and love has been amazing from each and every one of you. I thank you. And until next time, you guys, stay frosty.